In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. We are set for a good one. Off we go from AT&T Stadium. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
23-yard line.
They'll run, and here's the rookie from Michigan. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very carry to no gain.
2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here we go, set. Liking 18, come 19, come 19.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Fred Warner. He's in there to drop him. And it leads to 4th down. So that brings up 4th down. The veteran Jake Bailey called on to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. On the return, it's Turner. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 39 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Purdy. The man, that is Jordan Watkins. He will get into the end zone.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get it underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. Now a hit, and he lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact. But I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
We'll go with the draw play here on 2nd down. A short gain up to the 20. Demarion Overshown there on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's complete to Watkins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big-time play for the Niners. 31 yards.
A gain of 30.
Here's 1st and 10.
And a 49er first down.
53.
Purdy to throw. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. Whoa. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2 as they've... Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down.
A gain
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback. This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
18, watch out.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get free.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This one fielded at the 15. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. Liking 18. Ready?
Now, faking the give. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Jake Bailey in punt formation.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. This brought in out past the 20. Uh-oh. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line.
Here we go, set. Hawks, 70, Hawks.
Purdy using the pop pass. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
18.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll get this out to his running back. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
3rd and 2. Here we go. From the gun, it's Purdy. Open man, left side. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that ball. It's good for a Niners first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
First and 10. Blown back in the backfield. Another first down. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant. And once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Play action now. Purdy. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. The Michigan man, Kwity Paye, getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to 3rd and very long. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18.
Back to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by Renardo Green. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
At the 35-yard line.
A first down throw for Purdy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
At the 35-yard line.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Purdy now on second down. This one complete to Watkins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 16
The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. Now a give up the middle. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break. Third and 5. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And he will score! Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack, and you certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back, let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now a return coming from the 14. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
He's going to look for the home run ball. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This is Turner. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Bellinger, the tight end, is the one in motion. The third quarter begins with a run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. On second down, Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On third down, it's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
26-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
Marquis Siegel on the stop. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
From the 31, here is second down and 4. It's another run here for Williams. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A loss of 1. It's now
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down.
49-yard line.
Let's go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's out wide to Williams. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
To number 3.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and a yard. He'll look to throw. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
It's going to be third. They need 1.
Shut up. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Ready. Round ball 80. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. A first down there on a gain of 12.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up the first set of downs.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
Throwing is Purdy. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. That defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Pickup of the 11 yards on that one. First down, 49ers. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Get set, get set. Come.
1st and 10 for Purdy. And he's got this one complete to Watkins. And he's going to take it into the end zone. It's a touchdown. There is a penalty marker down, but it looks like this one's going to hold up. Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the 49ers able to add on. It is now 27-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here we go, Shaq.
Here's a handoff to Williams. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
He's brought down.
So, from 37, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Let's go now.
He'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. And now the Cowboys are going to take a timeout as they'll discuss what's to come. This 4th down is looming.
On the coverage.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Ready?
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's going to be caught. And he's going to get there. He's got the 1st down. What great awareness after the catch. He gets enough to move the chain.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Jake Ferguson was the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Come on, come on. Ha! Ready?
They'll look to throw again. He's got it, and it's CeeDee Lamb. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
17 yards.
Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. From the gun, they'll go with Blue. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
He's taken down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
It's a gain of 29.
It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Go! Cowboy 80. Let's go!
Williams will take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now a flip to the kicker. It's a fake. And this is not going to come close to fooling anyone. Hard to believe they thought that would work. It didn't. They come away with nothing on the extra point. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. That Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Viking 18. Ready?
Here's a design. Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. But fortunately, one of his teammates able to get on it, and the Niners retain possession.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
It is 3rd and long.
Get set. Get set. Russell.
Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's going to air this one out. It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kool-Aid McKinstry. And the Cowboys are going to get the football at their own 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now screen set up for Blue. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to Jacob Blue. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Check up.
Now they'll set up to throw. To the left side, caught by Lang. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Back to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Fred Warner. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike. And now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
The extra point, up and good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Set up. Bronco 80. Ready.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll take this up past the 40, pick up a 5.
Taken down at the 41. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
work now on 2nd and 4.
Go! 70 Lion! Ready, ready.
A give. Here comes Blue. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Come on, set! Cougar 19! Get up!
They run over center with Williams. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
So a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They're able to